March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
Yes. Democrat members of Congress, was she calling for Elon Musk to be murdered, to be assassinated? Because you know how the Democrat Party loves that. They're the party of murder, the party of assassination. As Donald Trump, he was shot through the ear by a sniper on a suicide mission, had to be shot and killed by a counter sniper. And of course, we had, and I keep thinking of Luigi Mangione over here because he's in the news again today. They love the CEO killer, Luigi Mangione. They want to date him. When I say date him, that's a euphemism. Of course, Congressman Steve Scalise shot and nearly killed by another suicide attacker. But in the news today, turns out Luigi Mangione, the CEO slayer, who is a hero of the Democratic Party writ large, Luigi Mangione wants a laptop in jail so he can help prepare his defense, of course, for trial in the broad daylight execution of United Healthcare CEO, who they're happy that he murdered. The Democrats, yeah, murder the CEO. It's healthcare. They're anti-big healthcare and big pharma. Aren't they amazing? So he wants a laptop, and that shouldn't really be a big problem. Luigi Mangione is 26 years old, and on video, in plain sight for everyone to see, he murdered healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, father of 2 children, a husband, a guy who worked hard his whole life, kept his nose clean, and Luigi Mangione. But wait, there's more, because the New York Times is very excited to announce that as of yesterday morning, fundraising online for the CEO killer, Luigi Mangione, they had raised nearly $760,000. The Democrats have for CEO slayer Luigi Mangione. Isn't that amazing? But wait, there's more, because the Democrats, they're sicker than anyone could imagine. Turns out he's getting gifts in prison from women, and CNN is excited to announce prosecutors call out hidden socks with heart-shaped notes. He's receiving heart-shaped notes. Prosecutors accuse Luigi Mangione lawyers of fanning publicity around him and call out hidden heart-shaped notes in socks. Well, of course, the lawyers want publicity because they've already raised $760,000, and they want to get paid a lot of money as they defend the CEO killer, Luigi Mangione, who's from Maryland, from, as I understand it, a very nice family. His family is not Luigi Mangione. But honestly, I hear that the family's great, the Mangione family in Maryland. Very successful, hardworking family, good family. But Luigi Mangione's fashion choices at his latest court appearance have caught the attention of Manhattan prosecutors who are accusing his lawyers of encouraging publicity around him. I think that's allowed, for one thing, but the Manhattan prosecutors are fascists, as Donald Trump will tell you. Prosecutors told a judge that Mangione's defense team has fanned the flames of publicity in the murder case, which has already captivated the public's attention and attracted supporters for the 26-year-old accused of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown Manhattan. It's not really safe to be there, but isn't that amazing? And they've got socks because people are sending him, and he got some Argyle socks because he comes from a nice family, so you might want to wear Argyle socks. And these people, the Democrats, this is all about Democrats. Luigi Mangione's family may be a nice family, but he is obviously a Democrat. Now, among the items of clothing was a new pair of Argyle socks wrapped around cardboard. Secreted in the cardboard were 2 personal heart-shaped notes. Sure, Mm-hmm. You bet. One from an unknown person named Joan, and the other to Luigi, stating in part, "No, there are thousands of people wishing you luck," because the Democrat Party, they encourage violence and murder and mayhem. And they've got, what do they have coming up on Saturday, day after tomorrow? The worldwide rage against Elon Musk and Tesla, because he's trying to save the American taxpayers' money and find waste, fraud, and abuse. The Democrat Party would rather kill you than allow you to stop waste, fraud, and abuse, because the Democrat Party is mental and violent. God, they're nuts. And then we played a Jasmine Crockett. Did we play that, Jasmine? Well, let's play that Jasmine Crockett about how let's play it again, because she wants Elon Musk to be taken down.
March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down. Yes.
So all she wants for her birthday is for Elon to be taken down. And they love Luigi Mangione. They want to date him. Euphemism. Isn't that amazing? Sending little heart-shaped notes and things. They love the murderer. They love the gang members. They love MS-13. They love, and again, we had our great caller Tom saying that he sat in on a town hall online. Representative Rob Whitman, was it Rob Whitman? And people were phoning in and supporting Tren de Aragua. Oh, we need due process for Tren de Aragua because the Democrats have shipped in thousands of Venezuelan gang members, one of the most brutal gangs on the planet Earth. They've been declared an international terrorist threat by the U.S. government. And the Democrats, they want to shave them and oil them and massage them. Isn't that what we saw? I saw that online. Isn't that amazing? That's Jasmine Crockett. Isn't she amazing? And let's go to number 9. Somebody number 9, Jasmine Crockett, Democrat Congresswoman from Texas, who is a hate-monging, racist lunatic who is calling for violence, and she wants, for her birthday, smiling and cackling. She'd be pretty if she weren't so psychotic. When she's still and not talking, she's pretty. Then she starts talking, and you start thinking about body armor and pistols because she's out of her mind. But here she was at the gay group, the Human Rights Campaign. Human Rights Campaign is a gay group. They pretend to represent all human rights. That's not true. Everything is a lie that the left tells you. And Jasmine Crockett was there at a dinner, and there is a Republican, she's from Texas, there is a Republican governor of the state of Texas named Greg Abbott, who's a great guy, and many years ago he was out jogging, and it was kind of stormy, and he's like, what the heck, I'll go jogging anyway. Jogging in the storm, strong winds and stuff, blew down a huge portion of a tree that landed on him and crushed him and paralyzed him, and he's been in a wheelchair ever since. And Jasmine Crockett and the Democrats, they all applaud. She's mocking the wheelchair-bound Republican governor of Texas, Greg Abbott.
We in these hot-ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot-ass mess, honey. So yes.
Yes, and they're all giggling and cheering, and aren't they just wonderful? The Democrat Party, they just want to bring slavery back and the plantations and the Confederate States of America. They want to throw all the Japanese Americans into concentration camps again, which they did very proudly. Aren't they amazing? And by the way, Jasmine Crockett went to exclusive private schools growing up, and I think they were Catholic schools, weren't they? And she speaks as eloquently, dare I say, as I do. But then she flips on the ghetto thing because she's pretending to keep it real. All right, University of Houston Law School, or that may not be there, but she's not a Harvard, and that's nice. She could be likable if she weren't mentally ill and criminally insane, but the mentally ill, criminally insane thing, kind of tough, gotta say. Aren't they amazing? Mm-mm-mm. Now, on The View, the TV show The View, where they pay the mentally ill millions of dollars a year each, and they work for ABC News, not for ABC Entertainment. The View is, I know it sounds impossible to believe, but it's true. The View is an ABC News program with all of those rodents that they have on there. And The View, they decided to talk about Jasmine Crockett, and they love her, of course. They want to give her an oil massage. But on The View yesterday, talking about Jasmine Crockett, because making fun of the governor in the wheelchair. It's appalling. It's horrible. It's despicable. And then she lied. I was thinking about the planes, trains, and automobiles, movie reference. He used to transfer migrants to communities led by black mayors. This is the lie, the racist lie that the racist Klanswoman, she should be wearing black hoods and black robes. She is the Black Klan is what she is. On The View, they love her.
Congresswoman Crockett denies she was mocking Abbott's disability. She says she was referring to his use of trains, planes, and automobiles to transfer migrants around the country.
Yeah.
She should not have made the comment at all.
You should leave that stuff to the comedian. This was beneath her. Yeah. She's just too good for this.
I agree with that because I respect her, but it's just never okay to mock someone's disability. Yeah, I admire Jasmine Crockett. I do think she's an effective messenger. I think this was a mistake, and I think when you make a mistake, you have to own it.
Yeah, they're psychotic. They're mental midgets. They lie when they're speaking. That's how you can tell. The View is a disgrace to Western civilization. ABC News is an embarrassment to a profession that used to be called journalism. And the number of ridiculous things that were said by that cackling gang of mental little people, just amazing. And ABC News continues to pay them millions of dollars a year each. Limousines, helicopters, private jets for that gang of criminal miscreants. But that's who they are. Just amazing. Fox News' Hillary Vaughn on Capitol Hill yesterday spotted Congresswoman in good standing with the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett, racist, and she's despicably discriminating, mocking who we should. We got the senator that was injured in combat. We should come up with a good name for her with the legs. But here's Hillary Vaughn saw Jasmine Crockett on Capitol Hill yesterday and said, would you like to apologize for your comment about the wheelchair-bound Texas governor?
I put out a statement regarding that.
You didn't apologize.
I put out a statement. Why would I apologize when I put out a statement? My statement was clear.
But you didn't
My
apologize
statement was
for calling him Governor Hospital when he gets around in a wheelchair.
I don't know how that's offensive. I don't understand.
You have a disability?
You need me to repeat this to you.
Right, but why won't you apologize?
I put out a statement.
They didn't have an apology.
So read my statement.
I did read it. It didn't have an apology.
Okay, well, I'm done.
You don't.
Democrat Senator Tammy Duckworth was wounded in combat. But should we come up with mock phrases about her, like, Tammy shoulda Duckworth? What should we call? Let's come up with. We have any other handicapped? Well, most of them are mentally handicapped, but that's and she. Hey, my birthday's coming up on March 29th. That's day after tomorrow. She wants Elon Musk taken down. And Elon Musk was just talking recently about all the death threats he's getting and how he's had to increase his personal security because the dangerous, violent Democrat Party and all that stuff. She also talked about assaulting Senator Ted Cruz. The violence of the party of the Civil War. They're the party of crime. They're the party of murder. They're a party of Luigi Mangione. They're the Democrat Party.
I think that you punch. I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. But it's Ted Cruz. I mean, this dude has to be knocked over the head, hard, right? There is no niceties with him.
Now, if I started using the exact same language, and I thought about doing this morning, take the transcript and just change it to her name. She needs to be taken down. She needs to be hit over the head. But and she's a member of the House of Representatives in the United States of America. They're dragging America down the filth hole. I'm trying to keep it clean because they are dangerously ignorant gang of street, I'll just say people, instead of walkers or prostitutes or something like that. who, for the most part, I think, probably have more dignity and are more respectable people. But this is what the Democrat Party has done to the House of Representatives, and they have Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, too. Or as Bernie Sanders called her, Alexandra. Because what are they supposed to know? You know that this country was built on hard work and grit. And whether you're standing long hours every day, running errands, chasing the kids, running for work, or just doing your part to keep the planet turning on its axis, you shouldn't have to deal with fatigue and pain. That's where G-Defy shoes come in. G-Defy shoes are built with patented VersaShock technology. The FTC has authorized G-Defy to tell you that these shoes help to relieve minor occasional pain associated with walking, running, and prolonged periods of standing so many of us deal with every day. G-Defy shoes help to absorb harmful shock, align your body, improve your biomechanics, and return energy to your feet with every step you take. My best girl and I, we've each got pairs of G-Defy shoes, walk around the city, push up on your arches, feels great. Right now, you get 50% off your order of $120 or more by texting Chris to 91888. Or you can head to gdefy.com on Al Gore's amazing internet and use the code Chris. That's the code Chris. With G-Defy's 60-day risk-free trial, you've got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Message and data rates apply. Yes, sir. Yeah, our Congress, the Democrat Party, I'm beginning to think they're not on our side. Chris here with a list of things that none of us should trust. The Washington Post, the New York Times, anything on CNN. Here's a list of things that I do trust. The Washington Times. Support real journalism for just $1 a week at washingtontimes.com/Chris. I've got another one for you that the Democrats, they've got a lot of gender confusion, gender dysphoria, sexual issues. Keep them away from the kids. I think that illegal alien hiding under the bed he was a Democrat, right? Let's check his illegal voter identification card, his voter registration card. But here's another one. In the state of Oregon, which used to be a normal state, then, keep Portland weird, got out of control. And here we go. Transgender athlete again trounces competition at high school in Oregon, reigniting debate. Yeah, with whom? We should really stop debating the mentally ill. It's not nice to the mentally ill, and it doesn't go anywhere. But what do you see this? This guy, you got to see the video. The guy, he won shattered records, girls' records. The 200-meter and the 400-meter. Beat the girls by 7 seconds, more than 7 seconds. And wait till you hear this Democrat in Pennsylvania. Now, the Democrats, they like to steal from women. They hate women. Why do they hate women? I love women. I'm a big fan of women. There are two genders on planet Earth. In, Democrat world, on planet Democrat, there can be more than 100 genders, like in San Francisco, because of the mental illnesses that they're all struggling with. I don't know what their problem is, but they're unwell. Here's the story from the local Channel 7 station in Portland, Oregon. The ABC station, transgender athlete again trounces competition at high school in Oregon, reigniting debate. Did the debate go away? And now it's reignited? A high school in Oregon is once again grabbing headlines after a transgender student, meaning a young man, far surpassed the competition, meaning young women, during the Portland Interscholastic League Championship. The New York Post reported Thursday identified the runner as 16-year-old Ada Gallagher, who's a junior at McDaniel High School. Whoever McDaniel is must be very proud. Gallagher won the 200-meter foot race in the track meet and the 400-meter foot race in the track meet, according to reports. The student also beat his personal records for the season in both races. Now, here's the thing. In a race like this, 400-meter, the margin, and you see the pack of girls about a mile behind the man, the 16-year-old young man running in the race. The male student, Ada Gallagher, just won the gold in the girls' 200-meter varsity race, setting yet another season record. The season record he's setting is for girls. It's the girls' season record, and he's a dude. It marks his second win at the Portland Interscholastic League meet in Oregon today. Isn't it great? Now, I looked at the people that know things about track. I'll tell you, here's Gallagher, the dude, finished the 400-meter race at 57.6 seconds, 57.62 seconds. Then the Franklin High School, the opposing high school, a young woman there, Kinley Sufanthong, maybe Indonesian, and came in second at 1 minute 5 seconds, 0.72, 1 minute 5.72. And and again, 57 seconds versus a minute 5. It's almost an 8-second spread. Then in the 200-meter race, that was the 400-meter race, Gallagher finished in first place, 25.7 versus 27.3 for an actual girl. And the Democrat Party is so mentally ill. Can you say on the radio that the Democratic Party is mentally ill? Well, I think I can prove it. With hundreds of hours of news stories proving it. Now, let's go to the state of Pennsylvania. In the state of that was Oregon, of course. Now, in the state of Pennsylvania, they have a Democrat state senator by the name of Lindsey Williams. And Lindsey Williams went on a little, a mental thing. And this is on the floor of the state Senate in the state of Pennsylvania, once a great American state. And this Senator Lindsey Williams, a Democrat, state of Pennsylvania, just amazing, thinks that there's no difference between men and women and men's bodies and women's bodies. Democrat state senator, Pennsylvania, Lindsey Williams.
Female bodies are just as strong, as fast and capable as male bodies. I want all girls to know that there are elected officials like me who would never underestimate your ability to beat a boy at their own sport.
To be a boy?
Because that's what the premise of this bill assumes, that female bodies are less than male bodies. For what reason, other than political gain, are we spending time and taxpayer dollars on a completely made-up issue?
Wow. She is struggling with mental dwarfism. And the headlines are, Dem lawmakers suggest females athletically equal to males while voting to keep trans athletes in girls' sports. Because that's your Democratic Party. They're not mentally equal to Republican Party representatives. She's unwell, I've got to say, and the Democrats, they've got a lot of issues when it comes to science. We've got a Supreme Court justice that was asked, and she's a woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson. She was asked in her confirmation hearing, "Can you tell me what a woman is?" And she was confirmed to the Supreme Court. She doesn't know what a woman is, and she is one.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No, I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
She's not a biologist. I'm not a biologist, but I can tell you what the difference is. I'm not a Supreme Court justice, although I'd like to be, because it is the greatest job in government. If you're going to have a job in government, really, Supreme Court justice is the coolest job in government. No doubt about it. Yeah, Dem lawmakers suggesting females athletically equal to males while voting to keep transgender athletes in girls' sports. Female bodies are just as strong and fast and capable as male bodies. I don't know if she just landed on our planet or where she comes from, but she's got a tiny little brain. let me say that she gives a bad name to women and their brain capacity. Wow. They are unwell, these people. Speaking of which, today is opening day in baseball. A whole lot of places around the United States, America, I think everywhere. And here in Washington D.C., we have the Washington Nationals. Their big home opener is today at Nationals Park. It's great. I don't think they've invited representatives of MS-13 or Tren de Aragua. And they do have some funny ideas, though, when it comes to the home opener for baseball, because they're opening the game today. They just have to politicize everything, and it's the same thing every time, isn't it? They're quite amazing. The Democrats, they want to poison everything with their politics. And today, the big home opener, before the game, they have the Gay Men's Choir of Washington. They're going to perform America the Beautiful before the game, because you have to politicize and sexually politicize everything from baseball's home opener to, and I've got to say, they also have, they're going to have kids out there, the Nationals, the baseball team, the Nationals Youth Baseball Academy, scholar athletes. They're going to have them there as part of the event, and they're going to pull out a giant American flag, and then they'll have 4 F-16 fighter jets do a flyover. And I had a great day, one of the great days of my life. I got to fly an F-16, and that was real good, real good. Speaking of which, hey, Michael, I'm going to blame you. We were supposed to do the mailbag again today, and that's it. You're fired. You're fired. Got to blame him. That is, we've run out of time. But the Gay Men's Choir, we've got that at the baseball stadium today, because that's the most important thing, is sexual politics, the sexual politics of the Democrat Party. And I've got to say, we've got one of our great friends here at our mothership radio station in Washington, WMAL. Now, Corey just left the station, and he's moved on to greener pastures and great things. But one of our great friends here, Corey and Gannemort, who worked for the Washington Nationals for years and at WMAL in Washington, and he's a gay man. He's a gay man. And all the girls love him, and he has to give them the bad news lots and lots of times. But Corey and Gannemort, great, and he's a great conservative and pro-American patriot and a wonderful guy, and everybody loves him. And now Jasmine is nodding and laughing. The women say, "Hey, who's that?" And then he gives them the bad news, and it's kind of funny to watch again and again. And he worked for the Washington Nationals for years, and he's working in conservative talk radio too, conservative causes. He's great. He's got a boat, drives around in the Potomac River with a giant Trump flag, and laughs at all the Democrats when they flip him off and stuff. But Corey and Gannemort, who worked for the Nationals, said today on Twitter, did the Nationals invite President Trump to throw out the ceremonial first pitch at tomorrow's opening day? He tweeted this yesterday, which has been tradition since William Taft in Baltimore in 1910? Or did they rescind the invite like they did in the 2019 World Series, opting for Jose Andres instead? Jose Andres is a left-wing chef in Washington, D.C., who owns restaurants, and he's a virulent Trump hater, and let's just call him anti-American. He got a contract to put one of his fancy restaurants in the Trump Hotel in Washington, and he pulled out when Trump won the presidency because he's a left-wing political hack. And I don't go to his restaurants, and I go to restaurants almost every night, but never mind that. So Corey and Gannemort asked the question, he worked for the Nationals, did the Nationals invite President Trump, because normally the Washington baseball team invites the President of the United States to throw out the first ceremonial pitch on opening day, and that's been going on since 1910 with President William Taft, but did the Nationals invite President Trump to throw out the first pitch? And Corey asks, or did they rescind the invitation of President Trump like they did in 2019 and invite an anti-Trump chef instead? Because the left poisons everything they touch. That's who they are. That's what they do. They're Democrats. They're toxic. But at least they have, they don't have, maybe they do have Jose Andres. I don't know who's throwing out the first pitch. They do have the F-16 flyover, which infuriates Democrats. F-16, such a wonderful airplane to fly. So great. So that will be very enjoyable, but I'll be working, of course. I'm a working guy. All right, let's take another phone call, Michael. Let's go to, let's go to Keith, calling from the great state of Colorado. Keith, you're on the Chris Plant Show.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm great, buddy. What do you say?
Listen to you all the time. You're fantastic. I want to preface this by saying that I am a huge, huge Trump supporter and a solid conservative, okay? But the tariff is driving me absolutely insane, okay? And the reason being, no need to dispute whether tariffs are, quote, good or bad, but they've been saying for a long, long time now that tariffs are going to bring us billions or trillions of dollars, okay? This is Econ 101. It's not complicated. That is a lie. Tariffs, people who pay for tariffs are you and me, okay? If tariffs raise so much money, why stop at 25%? Why not go to 50? Why not go to 100? And the other thing is this thing about trade deficits versus trade surpluses, okay? Surpluses or deficits are neither good nor bad. Econ 101, not complicated. They just represent an exchange between two parties that benefit each other. You can find countries that have trade surpluses as economies are in the tank. So there's only one conservative journalist out there that I've heard who's telling the truth about this. That's Ben Shapiro. Everybody else is just moseying along, okay? And it's just, and the thing that infuriates me is you don't have to do this. You don't have to lie. Just tell the truth. If tariffs are so good, why not slap them on imported Canadian oil? Outside from the oil imports from Canada, you don't count them. We have a trade surplus with Canada. Okay, so why doesn't he slap tariffs on oil? This whole stuff about how much money we make, or the trade surpluses are good or bad, this is basic Econ 101 first lesson.
Well, listen, I'm happy to let you make your case here, and I genuinely am, because we do free speech here and everything. And I also, and I've mentioned a couple of times, even earlier today, scratching my head a little bit, and Trump will tell you, and he has said, this doesn't happen overnight. You're going to have to be patient. And I understand what you're saying. Now, I don't know if you heard this, the United Auto Workers representative for the union, of course, on television this morning, saying this is the greatest. We're so thankful for Trump. This is such good news for us, American, auto industry employees, members of the United Auto Workers. And he's saying this is great for us. We're thrilled. This will be wonderful. Now, resetting trade imbalances with Canada and Mexico and with other allies with whom we have trade imbalances, you probably think generally, broadly, Keith, that's a good idea, but how you get there, you would take issue with.
Not necessarily, but I don't know. I'm just tired of the whole discussion, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand that. He's exhausting. The Trump presidency has been exhausting. Just 2 months, and what do we have in a few days? And it moves so fast. We were talking about it today. Fox News this morning was covering 3-day-old Trump news that they had just gotten to for the first time, because every day is a tsunami of Trump changing everything, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I am so go Trump. And the one thing that worries me is that it does somehow not deliver on the economy.
Right.
And if a lot of the damage is self-inflicted, that's the only thing that can take down his presidency, and that's Donald Trump himself. Nobody else can. And if things economically aren't good in the midterms and we lose the House, things are going to change.
I'm nodding in agreement with you, Keith, I've got to say. Yeah, I mean, politics, it's a complicated battle space. And President Trump, he was president once, president second time around. And you're right. He's got to show results. And look, the Canadians are looking to make it bad. I don't want to say, to screw him over on this, but the Canadians are, the Democrats are, the news media are, and he really has a complex battle space. And you're right. He's got to show positive results in the economy. He must, without fail, and he must win this tariffs fight with our allies, with whom we have these ridiculous trade imbalances. There was a young Texas woman named Paige Newman, college student, who was violently assaulted by a transgender, a man pretending to be a woman on the college campus, riding a bicycle, rode up to Paige. Turning Point USA, conservative group, violently attacked by the lunatic using one of those U-shaped bike locks, right? And the individual, the transgender person, Liam Than Tam Nguyen, apparently Vietnamese, being held in the Collin County Jail. Young Paige described what happened.
I said 0 words to him at all. And so that's what's the most part that I don't understand is how can I say 0 words? I'm just tabling with my officers as I do every week. I said 0 words to him and he started attacking me. He swung the bike lock. It hit our table. Our phones were destroyed and my head was severely injured.
Now, and you see there's video of it, and the tranny has been arrested, is in jail, charged with a series of felonies, 4 felonies, using one of these U-shaped bike locks. You can smash them through a car window. They're serious weapons. Used the bike lock to attack this young woman and others. Committed the assault on a group of students associated with the University of Texas Dallas chapter of Turning Point USA, a conservative organization. Liam Than Tam Nguyen was charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated assault and assault with a deadly weapon, attempting to take a weapon from an officer, resisting arrest, in jail. Trannies, I think they've got some issues.